what does it take
Yeah.
to be a part? Or what kind of the does it require some level of maturity, or does it require some certain level of like degree in terms of education? What does it take for anyone to become? Because maybe someone will be watching and they are like, how am I going to know if I'm eligible? I'm supposed to be a part. So what does it take to be a part of this great initiative?
Well, well, I'm going to list this. I think one of the first thing we can consider, or anybody can consider, to be part of the School of Becoming. First of all, it's not a paid program. In future, we're going to make this more interesting. The way the human mind works is they don't appreciate what is 100% given to them freely. So very few persons will take this opportunity to challenge their belief systems, to go against the same things that they have been told for many years. So the School of Becoming, number one, is for non-religious people. If you are very religious and you watch some of the lectures, you're going to get very offended with me. You're going to get very offended with the lectures. You have not to be religious. I think next week, Friday, we have a concept or a lecture coming up about a very funny idea that most of our churches has make this. They've made this very projected. That's destiny helpers. We're going to discuss on this subject very hard. And if you're a religious person, trust me, you're going to get very offended with the lesson. So the first criteria is you have not to be religious. Now, being not religious means you have the ability to think out of the box. You have the ability to question your own belief systems. You have the ability to ask hard questions, ask the right questions. And secondly, the School of Becoming is also for people who are willing to transform their minds. Because I so much believe that we can never have it in our hand if we don't have it in our head. And the Bible makes this very clear that as a man thinketh, so is he. So the condition of our mind will always determine the condition of our lives. If we're made to believe a lie all along, all our lives, we're going to live in illusion. We're going to live in a false version of reality. What if all the things we ever know is a lie? What if all of the things you've heard about existence is a lie? What if all of the things you've heard about digestion is a lie? I'm just trying to use narrow topics. What if all of the things we've heard about Christianity is not true? These are some questions we need to challenge ourselves. And the reason we are doing this is not to castigate the community, the Christian community, or the Muslim community, or the Buddhist or the Hindus community. Is to make sure that we ask the right questions, the hard questions. So if you are not religious, the School of Becoming, number one, is for you. And second, if you want to transform your mind and transform your life, the School of Becoming is for you. And as time goes on, we're going to get engaged in hard discussions, not just self. We're going to have a lot of people that will come up and discuss hard subjects. So as time goes on, the School of Becoming also, we have a session called the School of Becoming podcast. That will be SOB podcast. So I'm thinking as time goes on, we're going to have this to make sure that we have other people with different mindsets, other people with different belief systems to come and challenge our belief system. We're not coming to argue, we're coming to see the light. There is no light without dark. There is no effect, or there is no cause without effect. So all these things work hand in hand. And I'm very interested in the first criteria because recently, trust me, we've uploaded just one video. That's on the 15th. I'm sure about that. Maybe last week, Friday. And I've gotten a lot of feedbacks. I'm talking about feedbacks that is a lot of positive feedback, but the negative feedbacks are more. Some people even think that we will go against the same systems that made us. As time goes on, maybe we'll be speaking against the same organizations that made us. But trust me, we are not here to destroy, we are here to build. And one of the best way to build is for us to question what we built, what we have built already. Is this the solid foundation? What if it's a lie? There's a philosopher that said this, and I so much agree with this. It's better we believe, it's better we believe in God and God does not exist than not to believe in God and God exists. So it's a win-win scenario. And I want that every person who graduates from the school of becoming should think out of the box. Our culture, I'm talking about the Christian culture more of the times, they've attributed intelligence to ungodliness. So when you see someone who's very intelligent, you attribute them to being ungodly. And this is the reason why we have a lot of Christians who don't think, because they know that the moment you think, you start asking the hard questions, asking the right questions, you may be considered an ungodly person. So we have left intelligence, being smart, being wise for the wealthy people. Yeah. So I think we need to change this narrative. We need to have Christians who are scientists. We can have Christians who discover theories that can make the world a better place, theories that can make the world a place where can provide real world solutions to people, not just us praying every single day and having nothing to show for it. I think the school of becoming is for everybody. As far as you are not religious, as far as you will not get offended when things are being, or when your belief systems are being challenged. The thing you've been told to be true for 100 years or for 24 years all your life will be challenged. And maybe you have believed that destiny helpers exist. And I stand in the motion that I don't believe in the concept of destiny helpers. For example, not because it's a bad idea, but because the interpretation of having a destiny helpers at some point is very challenging. It looks like you just have to stay in a place and wait for someone from somewhere, from space, to come and save us from our miserable life. A lot of Christians find themselves in this trap. So they are waiting for the right person. They're waiting for destiny helpers. I don't pray for destiny helpers. I get work done. I pray the Holy Spirit direct me. I get work done. The moment I get to a bridge and someone can help me cross the bridge, I cross the bridge. It's not like I will stay in a spot. I'm going to show you something. Imagine us staying here and a destiny helper is here. This is you. And you stay here waiting for this person to meet you. It cannot work. At some point, you have to do some work to get close to the person you can call destiny helper. If this is the idea for being destiny helper, I can subscribe to that idea. But if the idea is you staying out and waiting for someone to save you from your miserable life, I don't agree with that concept. So that's it.
Thank you very much.